Hi, everybody. It's Linda G. My computer is really acting up. I tried to go on today with Mel, and I wanted to do a little video today, and I remembered that it doesn't seem to freeze when it's mono, just with this thing. So we'll check it out. We'll see if it works. But my members, when I was trying to do pick a card, I do pick a card every other Sunday. And I do 3-card memberships on Thursday with whatever the alphabet their name is under. And we've been having troubles with it, freezing or rebuffing. And so I finally got a hold of Comcast, and it's a problem on my end. And so they are coming out to look at my modem. They'll try to come tomorrow. They put me on a wait list. But if they can't come tomorrow, they'll be here Wednesday. But in the meantime, I can do this kind of video. I just can't do collabs and stuff like that. Okay, so listen, just real quick. Dennis and Julie are back from their son's funeral. And they left me the most beautiful message. They said to me, "Our sweet dear friend, we are home and reflecting. We know our son is here with us as well as with his daughter's wife and friends. We are so happy that we are blessed to be his parents. Thanks for your teachings and prayers to help us with all your followers. We are happy the veil is thinning so we can hug our son." Oh, really nice guy. Apparently 700 people at the funeral. So it was just lovely. So Dennis and Julie, if you see this, we love you. And, he's in paradise, so. But I'll be reading on them. I know that I'm supposed to go out there and visit them. So, okay, so, and then as some of you know, as the rumor has it, oh, I got another message here. "Hey, Biash, where's my money?" Oops, wrong video. Never mind. Delete that. I'm just teasing, of course. I usually do that to people when I see them. I say, "Hey, how's it going? Where's my money?" Really deep, and they're like, "What?" I didn't know. The other thing I like to do is when I was a nurse, when somebody'd be talking about somebody like Dr. So-and-so, I tell you, he this and he that, and I would pretend. I'd give that weird look and I'd say, "Oh, hi, Dr. So-and-so," and they would freeze. That's cruel. I know. Okay. So, you guys gave me a bunch of messages. I really appreciate it. And also, what happened was, as you know, about 3 years ago, I was informed by the maker of the breast inserts that I have that they cause cancer, 3% chance. And I'll be honest with you, the medical arena just sort of poo-pooed it, but I don't like the idea even of a 3% chance. And some of my friends were like, "Girl, you get on them, you be the squeaky wheel." But there wasn't a thing I could do normally if I push enough. But this doctor that's going to replace him is really good, so I can understand why the wait. But what happened was the COVID happened. The COVID backed up everything. So I finally got my date, September 28th. And I had saline at first, and one of them popped. And all of a sudden I just started peeing, just like in The Exorcist, Oh, by the way, William Friedkin, the guy who wrote The Exorcist, died today. I think he was 87. So, and I've had the gel. So they're new and improved. This, I had them put in 2009, 2010. So this doctor is going to use my fat, not doing the whole thing in fat, but between that, or maybe he's going to do it all in fat. I don't know. I was worried about having all fat because I don't think I have enough fat. No, I'm just kidding. Because it takes longer. I'd rather not be under an anesthetic for a long time. I saw my mom change after a pretty significant surgery. She was never the same. So the 28th should be just that day. I should be home that night, but it'll take me a few days to get here. And I don't care, even if I look like crap, if we're having a good time and chit-chatting, I'll do it. But If psychically I can't pick up, I'll waste your time. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just want us to chit chat. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to tell you about that. So the 28th of September, I will be asking for your prayers. Andre looked at my chart. He said it looks real good. Nothing's reversed. So we shall find out. Okay. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get down to the real nitty gritty. Okay, so they're talking about what the Trump's lawyers are going to do about his First Amendment rights. That's not going to fly. Okay, again, I asked my guides the other day, and by the way, I tried to do a video today with Mel, and it was awful because it kept trying to reboot. I mean, we get one question in and then boom, boom, boom. But while him and I will do another one Wednesday for our Monday. But I will say, while we were talking, he got a hit the same as I did, because when he said something, I said, that's the hit I had. I was going to talk about it to my people. It's a deliberate, all that stuff he's saying online and stuff is to create the chaos. It's like, I dare you, put me in jail. He is focused, and I've told you this before, he is focused on everybody up in arms. He wants everybody to fight in the streets. How dare you take our beloved president? Although it's interesting, 40% of Republicans said if he is found guilty that they wouldn't vote for him. Very interesting. So there's two trains. One is, let them arrest me and I'll be a martyr and everybody will get up in arms and fight these people. The other one is, I'm going to be president anyway, so I can do what I want. I will tear these people up. Because he really, honest to God, I've told you this till I'm blue in the face. He really, honest to God, thinks he's going to be president again. Just like when he was sitting in there, he was telling those people he wasn't going to leave. And they told him, sir, you will be forced out. You will be forced out in public. And, you know, that's more about being made a fool out of is more his thing, you know. So he didn't want to be looked at as cray-cray, even though he is cray-cray. So I want you to know my hit was, let's look what he's thinking now too. But I want you to know my hit was he's doing it deliberately. He's talking to a couple of people like, yeah. Oh God, I hope they put me in jail because then I can really think, how dare they do this to me? Oh, the Carroll trial, the judge came back, he tried to do something, reverse it or get it to stop, and this guy said no. And they'll see him in January, the same day as one of the primaries. So, and you know, even when he loses, if he goes all the way through, even when he loses, he's going to blame it because he'll want another upheaval. He's going to say it was because they were on him, because he did nothing wrong. They just wanted to pick on him. It's just amazing. Okay, so what is he doing? So he really wants to start a ruckus. He wants people to bear arms. He wants them to do cray-cray, entertainment purposes only. But you know, a lot of people are upset for him. There are some people that will probably do a little something on the side, but it's kind of that chicken thing, like him, Mr. Bone Spurs, never serving in the military. It's like, yeah, but really behind closed doors, they could care less. Okay, so let's look at your questions. But I wanted to ask, what is he thinking now? What is Trump thinking? He's not feeling very good. I see a doctor and I see him being told to chill out because his blood pressure he doesn't have good blood pressure, you guys. I see a doctor warning him on things. Oh, thank you. So okay. So he's going to pitch a fit what's happening is when the people who are going to testify against him for the January 6th, and it's Mark Meadows and everybody else, he would love to throw them in the forefront and have everybody go chasing after them. That's what he really wanted, but he can't do it. He'll try. Is he going to go to jail? Are they going to send it? No, not right now. He would like it. Will he actually shut up? I'm getting a no. I'm getting that he'll be pushing, pushing that envelope. He thinks he's going to win. I can't emphasize too enough. He's sure. He's like, oh yeah, I got this in the bag. Sleepy Joe, he's got nothing over me. I got this in the bag. And the only reason Melania hangs out, she would go back into the White House, but it's more about her comfort and what she was to do. She's mad at everybody who worked against their family. Even Ivanka would, when it comes to power, they're like animals. They're sniffing it out. Oh, Jared also. There's something's coming up with Jared. That's what I just got. Like he knows Jared turned on him. Well, sir, I had to tell the truth. They asked me and I had to tell the truth. Oh, I see him bright red. Bright red. They're going to try to keep some stuff away from him because he's going to be just through the roof upset. So clear the energy. What is it you want to tell me? Everybody stand in the higher realm. Know this too shall pass. It's getting very, very resistant. It's getting, it's like we're going to have to turn our heads and look away because he's going to be so angry, so mean. He's already losing his mind is what I'm hearing. I don't know if you guys remember this. A while ago, I kept feeling like him being put in a hospital, like something was wrong with him. Do you guys remember that? Something was wrong, and I could feel a O2 mask, and maybe it was going to be the COVID, but I still feel like he might have some sort of breakdown or a little heart attack or something. I see him being rushed into a hospital, and that's bad because he doesn't want to seem weak. The thing is, even if he's bedridden, he still would want to be running, and he'd still be telling people, don't vote for Satan and blah, blah, blah. This is about ready to end, you guys. He's not going to win. I can't emphasize enough. If I even got a nervous feeling like, ooh, maybe, it's very clear he's not going to win. And I love Andre and all the astrologers, Cool Crone and everybody. Did you guys catch my one from the other day? She was wonderful. Chart-wise, he looks bad. He looks real bad. Okay. So what he's thinking is, I see his attorneys trying to get him to shut up. I see the attorneys saying, you, sir, but I actually see two attorneys walking off this case because he's not working with them, and they don't need that kind of publicity. I see two attorneys leaving. The reason I keep looking is I want to see if Fani is doing anything. Yeah, Fani is getting ready. They blocked the streets off today. It's 6 o'clock at Georgia time, 6:16. I thought for sure it would be today. It's be tomorrow. In fact, when I looked at it, I felt like they were getting the charges down and they had a little hiccup here. But it's Mel felt 2, and I thought 2 o'clock today, but it might be by tomorrow. I just see the charges coming down more. You see what I'm saying? How can one human being, one form, who's very angry anyway, put up with that kind of back-to-back? I know in my life when I had a lot of drama going on and heartache, Sometimes I didn't know if I could take another breath. It was so hard. So this is all self-induced. He did it to himself. But the people aren't giving money like they used to. I just heard that. Let me know if you guys get anything different. I heard the money is a little slow. Like, nah, you handle it. You're rich. Okay, Sam. Let's see. Will these prosecutors, FBI agents, and other law enforcement officials who are directly involved in holding them accountable be protected from harm during this time? They are doing extremely important work, and it takes great courage. I see some shielding. I know the United States of America taxpayers are paying money out the yin yang to keep them safe. I don't know if you guys know, but Jack Smith had to sell his house and move his family because of Trump. I don't know what the heck they're thinking. I just lost this doggone it. So are we... Okay, here we go. There is somebody that's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get hurt. Not dead, hurt. It might even be a witness. It's somebody's going to get hurt. Something's getting ready to happen, which will really, I hate to say it, but he touches the hair on anybody's head, and that's when everybody gets real. I mean, it's bad enough with January 6th that they hurt the police and stuff. But somebody, there's going to be the cray-crays out there that think, oh, yeah, but it's not going to be a mass amount of people marching. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be something that inside people we're going to do, maybe hurt innocent or hurt somebody or somebody's family. But poor Jack Smith had to sell his house and move because of these craze. And he's biding his time. God bless him. Can you imagine working under that kind of stress? But he's so determined, mostly because this guy is crazy and causing such a anxiety and heartache for him and his wife and his daughter and his friends. Can you imagine? He probably even doesn't want to be around his friends because he doesn't want to have them, be involved. Yeah, Denise said something that's very true. Donald Trump is not demented, not excused by mental illness, because he's a smart like a fox. You know what I'm saying? That's not, but although he says some stuff like when he first became president, he was like, Lincoln was a Republican. Did you guys know that? It was so stupid. It was like, for reals? You didn't know that? They were talking about a civics test for people who want to run for office. They need to do a civics test for people for president because he wouldn't have passed it. He is entitled, and everything he does comes from that, including repeatedly publicly confessing his crimes. Exactly. Yep, that's exactly right, girlfriend. So my most important thing to tell you here today is that this is deliberate. All the stuff he's doing is deliberate. Will this judge or somebody within this energy be able to shorten him, cut him off? I just heard yes. Okay, when? About a month or two away. He will step over the line, and it might even be that they put him in something, but it's not a regular jail. It could be like in a military base or something. They'll give him a little taste, but he's not able to talk to his people. And what happens is the people are gathering and marching. So it's like, oh, okay. Did you guys see Mitch McConnell getting booed? He only had a 19% approval rating. How did he get back in there in the first place? He's getting ready to go, by the way. Judge Chutkan will not recuse herself. Absolutely not. She did not do anything wrong. Oh, let me just throw real quick because Eileen asked Jack Smith, why did you go to a grand jury in Washington, D.C. for the Mar-a-Lago? She's pushing the envelope. Well, he took the materials from the White House. So we had a grand jury look at it, and then they are sitting in Mar-a-Lago. So the crime actually happened in Washington, D.C. His refusals and stuff happened from Mar-a-Lago, but I can't believe she'd be stupid enough. So let's take a look at that. I feel like he comes back with a good one. He's so smart. He really is. He's so smart. Oh yeah, he's going to come back with a good one. She's going to try to throw something else. Look at this. I've told you guys this before. She's going to try to throw something else, but it always works on the side of justice. Okay. So you see how she's kind of like, and she didn't come up with that. Somebody told her. The Trumpsters are in there, or the Federation of something, of dummies. They go in there and they're whispering in her ear. I find out about this. What's his face? The guy that helped him, Durkovich or something like that. He tried to say Jack Smith could get arrested for taking away some of Trump's rights. It's so ridiculous. Well, it's just like Giuliani. Idiot. Uh-oh, hold on. Never mind. I thought it was going to be something. I'm waiting for the Fulton. They blocked off the streets. Hello. That doesn't mean 2 weeks from now. That means TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, too bad I don't drink. I could sure use a cocktail. This is so exciting. So don't worry about the judge. She's not going to recuse herself. She's going to maintain like Jack does, though. She's going to maintain trying to be even keel, even though she wants to say, get this loser. Remember when Roger Stone did that thing on that judge and, was so threatening? Remember how she kept her wits about her? Because they don't want it to go back to be appealed, which of course it will, and to say, oh, well, you didn't show decorum. You got prejudice. He will be placed in custody. That's what I got. Let me take a look, see. He will be placed in custody. Oh, and then you guys check this out. So there was some weird thing on my business account. Somebody took $49 for something. I had no idea what it was. I keep a close eye. So I called the bank. I said, can you tell what this is? They said, no, you know what? We're going to cancel the card just to be safe. I said, okay, but I have another card for my regular account. So went to grocery store to use the other card, doesn't work. They canceled both cards. Separate account numbers. This is the weird stuff in the air right now. Doesn't matter because I have tons of credit cards. Okay. Here's the deal. He's got to have his people go up in arms, but they're not going to. They're going to talk trash on Fox News. They're going to do a lot of talk, but there's no one doing anything. I don't see Duck à l'Orange fleeing because not right now. He could flee down the road after he's indicted, or not indicted, after he's found guilty. But I don't see him leaving now because he, honest to God, thinks he's going to be president. Okay. Hold on. Let's look at some sort of, what is this judge going to do to Trump? Give it to me straight. We can handle whatever you got to say. What is this judge going to do to Trump? She's going to make him pay money. She's going to initially make him pay money. He's going to have some physical issues, some sort of medical issue. Here's money, but he's out laughing about it. But then 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, he's being told, here's your ticket. get in jail, something like that. Something's going to happen. See, because with the Fani thing happening, I pronounce it wrong. It's really going to take him over the edge. You know, I almost felt Jack. Remember, I always have that vision of him with his feet up on the desk. He probably doesn't smoke because he's a triathlon racer, but I saw him light up a cigar. And I see all the people sitting around. It's like, hurrah, we took him down. But I always felt like he wanted to boom, boom, boom. Like even with this January 6th, there's more stuff coming up. Trust me, there's more stuff coming up. So all these co-conspirators will be laid down too, probably even before the end of the year. So he's not going to flee the country. Okay, so Ron wants me to look and see if Ukraine might be able to break through Russian lines. He's got a little bit of an angelic form against him, protecting him, because these people are evil. There was some woman there. Did you see they just arrested a Russian woman trying to have him assassinated? I knew it was going to be hard. Do you remember how upset I was, you guys? It was awful. I really don't want to go through that again. I just saw a lot of chaos and heartache and fighting and bombs and children and women. It was terrible. So let's look at our beautiful Ukraine. Yeah, you know, can I tell you something? Mentally, they're exhausted. They fight. They're willing to fight. But they are making progress because I see them excited. So will they be able to get in? Yes. Yes. Yes, they'll be able to get in. There will be news about Putin coming up. The other thing is, of course, that's not till next year. I don't know if Putin's going to last that long. If something happens to Trump and he's not able to run, or Putin is sick or something's getting ready to happen where the people who you think were the ones that are going to take care of this are gone. But here's them battling. They're still battling, but there's some female higher archangel type energy around them, taking care of them. So, okay, now let's look tomorrow. There's going to be the voting. Is it Ohio? On the abortion, they're trying to say 60%. Will that Republican trying to not let them have their way on abortion pass tomorrow? Yes or no? Will the Republican amendment to make it a 60% pass tomorrow? Yes or no? Working away, sitting at the crossroads, victory after burden. Okay, so they really are trying to get, see, but the world opinion is sitting on them, and the female wins. The female makes out. Oh, they're going to be celebrating. Look at this. It's all female. The women will win. There you go, you guys. It's interesting. All those men telling women what they can do. These men can't get pregnant and lie. Did you see the Satan with that woman saying, oh yeah, and even the 9th month, you can't have an abortion. You can't have an abortion at 9 months. I worked L&D. I know you cannot have an abortion at 9 months, period. You'll have a full-term baby. I don't know where they get that they kill the baby. So I know at 20 weeks you can, but I don't know where they come up with this nonsense. Okay, so I see the Ukraine definitely making this happen. I can't tell you when though, but I see something with Putin. Some sort of upset, just like that guy marching in, something like that. It could be his health. Something is going on. User, what happens to the soul of a person like this who has committed so many crimes for their own benefit? if they are convicted and never take responsibility for their own actions in life. Well, they got a lot of karmic energy to go through. When they go down to the realm of the lower vibration, I don't know if it's an actual hell. Sometimes hell is on earth, you know what I'm saying? But these people like Trump, who are probably mentally sick and can't do anything but blame others. That's all they do is blame others. They have to feel everything they did. If they killed someone or sent somebody out to kill someone, mob bosses and all, they had to feel the death, the fear, the families, the lingering that happened. They have to feel that. They have to go through that. The worst sin on earth is taking away someone's free will, which also means the free will to live, to be able to live. You make that choice. Sometimes we sign up to be taken out in a certain way. You know, there's some people who served by losing their life, like Emmett Till. Although he said he's not a hero, he said his mom's a hero. But, you know, all that pain she felt. And those families that did that, they had to feel it, including the people in the jury, they all have to feel it. So there's no getting away from it. It's an awful, gnawing damnation, you know. But the other thing, you guys, in paradise, it is so beautiful. It is, like I used to tell people, if I could bottle up what I'm feeling, sometimes I get into the realm where I'm talking to someone who's crossed. I felt it when I saw Jesus when I was 8 years old, out of body on the other side, and it was amazing. But when I talk to people about their family members and they're like vibrating at this beautiful energy, you can't stay there too long because the human body can't really adjust as well. But I say, if I could bottle up this feeling, you wouldn't mourn your loved one, not once, because they are in paradise. They have no worries. Everything smells good. Everything looks good. If they need to go through the motions, like I probably will, of banquets and eating and socializing, they can go through that. But also there's the opportunity to catapult yourself into another realm. There's musicians, there's writers, you can write fantastic literature. You can go over there and get all the history from the records of why we're where we're at. You are appreciating that you had a life, and there's regrets about what you could have done with that life. Because I wasted a lot of time. And now, you know, thanks to cancer, I got woke. Take that to the banks, to Satan. So, hi, Ellen. The state of Kansas is considering being kinder to seniors by eliminating taxes on pensions and Social Security. Absolutely. Maybe not the pensions, but definitely the Social Security. You know, Reagan was the one that did that. He's the one that took the burden off the rich people for taxes. And then, you know how he paid for it? He taxed Social Security. Okay. Governor Whitmer is getting ready to, this is her last time. Let's look at her future. Uh-oh, special report. Sometimes you can't tell with these people. Sometimes they're repeating the same thing, you know, all weekend. It was like you would have thought the Friday thing where the judge says, you know, you need to talk about this. And then they said something and she said, no. They asked for an extension. She said, no. So sometimes I don't know if they know what they're saying. You know what I mean? Can you guys tell I got my hair cut? And it's all over the place. Oh, it's like 108 degrees outside. Okay, here we go. Governor Whitmer. I really like her. Tell us about Governor. Will another Democrat? Oh, I just heard yes. Might be a man though. Ooh, look. She's a bearer of truth and she's crossed with the angel of light. There's no skeletons in her closet. she's not a worrywart. She's not busy challenging. I think she makes people feel calm. And here's a new beginning for her, and the bird of paradise sitting on her shoulder. So this isn't over for her. She's doing a new beginning. Yeah, it's a man that's going to take her place. Look at this. She has something to do. She's got the judgment, which is like prophecy, like, you have something you need to do. I remember I used to get this card years ago before I got woke. I remember thinking, do I have something to do? Am I supposed to? Yeah, I was supposed to be on YouTube, and it wasn't even in the vocabulary back then. But she has something to do. She has made an agreement on the other side to do this. And this can be in dimensions as far as taking another higher up or fighting against some sort of injustice, but something major. Okay. So, good for you, Chris. Chris says, I can't watch the news. And I tell you, the reason I have it on is because it's part of the business here. It's part of what I can give you information. Like, I bet a lot of you guys didn't know that Jack had to sell his house. I didn't really see it on the news. They brought it up on MSNBC. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, the usual suspects for Georgia, NHM. Thank you. Will any Congress, Senate people get indicted as well? I absolutely felt that. Mel today felt 7, either 7 charges or 7. We're going to go in chaos. People are going to go cray cray. There's going to be some unhappy people in Congress. Look at this, you guys. Party. I think a lot of people are in trouble. If it's not for Georgia, I see Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan. I see Giuliani, of course, is always in trouble. I see a lot of these guys getting hit from the January 6th with Smith, but he can't do it now because he doesn't want Trump to push it away. He's trying to, for as it is, the records is going to be pushed about, but he's not going to win as president. So, the China and Russian vehicles off the coast of Alaska. It's puffing, I remember when I was divorcing one of my husbands, and this attorney came back with all this stuff, and I was so shocked, like, what? And let me give you an example. We had opened a separate account because I was the one doing a big affair for one of our pharmacists who was retiring. And so people paid, but I separated from our money and put it in this bank. And this guy was like saying this stuff that wasn't true. I'm sure he was using whatever my ex was saying. And he was saying, and then she, what happened to the money that, she made him pay for the affair, or they paid for the affair or something. And it's like, thank God I had the proof that it was in a separate account. Thank God I kept that. People paid by check, and I would put it in there, and all of it was paid out of. So now what, sucker? But she told me they do that all the time. Attorneys like to puff, like they try to act like big shots. Okay, so Chinese and Russia. Oh, I don't want you to be in fear. I don't want you to think, oh gosh, somebody's getting ready. No. They're like Trump, push it off. I dare you. I double dare you. Take me to jail. I dare you. I double dare you. They'd kind of like an excuse for hitting us hard, but fortunately, America is being very, very patient. I will tell you that one thing I will say that was amazing was Trump got mad at North Korea and called him Rocket Man. Do you remember that? And I remember thinking, oh, Lord, here we go. Here we go. And he said, yeah, we got bigger and better bombs. We're going to blow you out. I mentioned the military was like, holy cow. But what happened is literally he must have called the North Korean guy's bluff because there was no more. They ended up being very good friends, although I don't think the North Korean guy liked Trump at all. But so he thought, oh, yes, we love each other, blah, blah, blah. Oh, hell to the no. Hell to the no. But even though Kim Jong-un is wanting to make a statement, we may be small, but we have this, that, that's true. But the problem is, and you guys know this is very, very strong. They could be blown out of the water in a New York minute. Now, a lot of people would get hurt. A lot of people would get hit. Probably Russia and China would jump. It would be Armageddon. And that's the key there, because it's not just you, it's them that get hit. So those, I gotta believe my guides, and I gotta believe the ETs that have said to me, the reason we're here, we can't interrupt with well-being or with your decisions, but we can stop nuclear. And they will. Did you guys hear that the Ukraine has so many UFOs that they stopped counting? They're all over the place. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell to the yeah. So just like that guy marching into Russia, and everybody was so surprised that he sort of, Putin sort of, okay, buddy, what do you want? What do you want? But Putin is afraid. He is afraid. I'll tell you who else is afraid, is Netanyahu. What did I tell you guys? Now he's backing away. But let me tell you, there's some people on the inside that would have no problem taking him out. Could even be the military. And it doesn't mean by physical. I'm not saying he's going to die, although there's that possibility. I just feel like, hey, dude, get out. You're not in anymore. Oh, no. Christina said, remember he tortured animals as a child. Oh, that's terrible. So his parents sent him to military school. So yeah, he's a sociopath. He's not a very nice person. He doesn't own animals. Anybody that doesn't like animals or own animals, hello. And I don't think he likes children either. Okay. Thank you, Brian. Oh, he's saying things have gotten a bit hostile. When I got off the train and a woman was sitting on the bench outside, we began to talk about how so many people spend the whole ride being on their phones and the havoc that's been played with personal connections. Had a good convo until I mentioned something about the excesses of capitalism, I do believe. She then talked about all the perceived communist plots. And when I told her I lean a bit to the left, she abruptly ended the conversation. Question is, it appears now that nobody wants to budge from his or her position. Do you see a trend continually? And it will take a couple of years when Trump is gone. Because there was someone that wrote me and said, her mother and her don't talk. And she said her mother wrote her and talked about something about, which was a total lie, that January 6th, Trump asked Nancy Pelosi to call the Coast Guard, or not Coast Guard, the National Guard. And she refused. And that is a huge lie. Huge. But you know where they're getting fed. The thing is, these people that are feeding them right now, they're whispering in their ears. They're like demons. They're like demons. It's not just Trump. And Trump is like overwhelmed with anger and hate. Oh my God, he's fantasizing about when he becomes president, what he'll do. It's terrible, you guys. He has his fantasy how he'll take down these people like Jack Smith, especially. He would love for the death penalty to come in. Okay. A lot of you guys are writing what a narcissist he is. He's going to get some sort of confinement, baby blue. That I saw. That I saw. I don't want you to worry about Russia and Alaska. It's just, it's like those attorneys. They act like king for a day. You know, China does it whenever a new president is in. China, a ship will meet the U.S. Navy and do something stupid. This has been on the records for a while. And I heard they even mooned them. But I know when Obama became president, and then, you know, the Pentagon's all upset. Sir, what do we do? Do we do? And they don't, they go up to the line. They go up to the line. But apparently when they did it, when Trump was in office, Trump said, shoot him out of the water. But they said, I guess they talked him out of it. No, sir, well, I'll tell you, they do this all the time. They're just trying to show their, you know what. So, but he gave the, you know, the thing is with Trump, he's so dangerous. You don't mess with him. If he was president, you don't mess with him. But that's not a sign of power. That's a sign of not caring what could happen to others. Okay. Oh yeah, those senators that went to Russia 4th of July years ago. I don't see him in Jack Smith's crosshairs. I'm sorry to tell you that. Right now, they have so much on their plate, I don't even see them dealing with it, but it was so sneaky. So look at this, getting off the battlefield. You know, America will gather together and take out the ones who have been unruly and have no decency. America will come together and hand everybody their walking papers. A lot of people are going to get voted out. Even if, let's say, they're criminals and you do all that stuff and you say, get the hell out of here. They still act like they've an injustice. But if the American people speak, because he's setting it up as it is, that when he loses, and he will if he's even running, because I'm still on the edge of that. I'll probably get a huge hit. But he wants everybody to say, you know, he can't say it was rigged because he's not in there, but he wants everybody to say they did this to me deliberately. They did this. They didn't want me to be your president. They're doing this to you. But here's the key. Nobody's going to be acting out. People are too exhausted. People are too tired. You watch, the numbers are going to start dropping. I don't want you to worry. I don't want you to worry. That you watch, even in the next couple of months, his big lead will slowly fade. Okay, so don't you guys worry. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to get off because I've been on for a while, and someone just called me and I need to call him back. And thank you, and I hope this didn't buffer. I didn't see a buffering. So cheers. Bye, you guys.